Sure.
and share my screen. This one. All right, so this is the agenda, not a lot. So I only listed some three topics here. Okay, so the first one is the CV. Oh wait, this always happens. The cursor doesn't show. Let me just. For some reason, when I share my screen on Discord while it's being recorded, I can see my cursor. Okay.
Oh wow, that makes it a little difficult.
Yeah. I don't know how to open this. Let me just.
You want me to open it up and see if I can go through it, and you can tell me where to go on there?
Yes, but now
Right.
I lost my cursor.
All right, let me open up the doc. All right.
And maybe you can share your screen.
Yeah, I will. All right, screen share.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. All right, cool.
All right.
This is up. And you want to go to
the CV proposals, terms and conditions. Yeah, so this document has been ongoing for some weeks or probably months already, and so this has been reviewed by Sean before. So he did an initial review of this and provided his feedback. So I updated it. So this is the document for submitting or challenging a proposal in our garden. So this should go into the covenant. So like when the original plan for this is when the person submits a proposal or challenges a proposal, they should sign or agree to these terms and conditions. But the current interface doesn't allow it. So once this is finished, we will integrate this document in the covenant. So everybody, when someone signs the covenant, they automatically sign these terms and conditions also when they submit. So when they submit or challenge a proposal, they also agree to these terms and conditions when they sign the covenant. So this is almost done, and it has been reviewed by Sean, who's a lawyer, and I integrated the last feedback. So the most recent ones that I made here, because the original plan was to create two different documents, two different sets of terms and conditions for the proposal creator and for the challenger. But Sean suggested that we just can combine. Don't make a separate document for challengers. So I updated this documents because it used to be like only talking to proposal creator, but now this also the whole document talks to proposal creator and the challenger. So I added there sometimes it may the word for some terms we specify if the actor is the proposal creator or the challenger, but in some terms and conditions that are applicable for both actors, we use the word you. So I defined it there in the first paragraph. So the next, and then I updated the whole document to integrate the word challenger in some terms. And then if you can scroll down.
Sure.
So I made some comments here, but mainly for Sean or Griff. So feel free to read it and add your feedback as well if you think something is not clear. But the next step for me here would be to share this document again with Griff and Sean to give their feedback. And as soon as they they give me the approval, and then we will integrate this in the covenant. So yeah.
Gotcha.
So
Is this like, is there a lot of duplication? Like, if you were to break this out for the proposer and for the challenger, is there a lot of overlap?
Yep.
Or okay.
Yeah. So I think it makes sense to just combine them in one document because there are
Right.
only
Yeah, of course.
few instances where the terms and conditions are not applicable to both. So yeah,
Right.
you
I
can
think there
scroll
was
through
one
that.
more. Yeah,
Mhm.
right here.
And if you have suggestions or anything that's not clear to you, as because I know this is probably your first time to read this document, so it would be nice to have your feedback also, as I've been reading this for so long and I don't see anything. I mean, I've got used to it already. So
Right, right.
when you've been reading a document, it's like okay, everything is correct. You don't see any
Yeah.
mistake anymore. So yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You can type a word backwards and it still makes sense because you've been reading the document for. Yeah,
Yeah.
I understand that.
So yeah, that
I think
I
that
think
was it. Yeah.
yeah. And so yeah, I'll share this with Griff and Sean after this call. So can we go back
Yeah,
to the
yeah. I was going to say I can read through it. But it won't be. It'll be later today. It won't
yeah,
later today my time.
think they might I don't think they will be also able to look at that today, so probably I will get their feedback by next week.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'll read it too. Then just provide some feedback on that.
And then can you
And we'll
go to the agenda? Yeah, so we have this legal funding proposal. So if you click on that, I'm working on this, and I have some comments here for Sean. I mean for Santi, the previous the former steward of the legal working group. So their initial proposal is just to have like a 10,000 wrapped extra is like a contingency fund. And but in their last call, we proposed that it would be nice to also have a retroactive bonus for those legal contributors in the past, because these people have a lot of like made a lot of effort to come up with all their legal documents, and they did it for as volunteers, and they didn't get any compensation for those contributions. So we will request a retroactive bonus for them. But so yeah, these are the people that contributed. So this I will clarify. I will ask Santi, because I took over the legal working group only late last year. So he knows more who were the active contributors in the past. So we would request 1,500 wrapped XI. I don't know if that would be enough. So I will check. What do you think?
Yeah, for the 1,500 is the retroactive payments.
Yeah. What do you think about this value?
What is that? It's 5 people. It's hard to say because I don't, obviously I wasn't part of the community at that time. But how much of the foundation did they lay? And I mean, it's hard for me to say. I don't know. I think it might be a little low, but then I'm also like. This like me knowing nothing, and there's 5 people, and they laid the foundation for the legal working group, or maybe even the legal documents within the community.
True. Okay,
I mean, if that was where attorneys, then that would probably be like another 2 zeros at the end of that.
Yeah. Hi, Auntie. Welcome to the legal working group call. So yeah.
I don't. Maybe. I don't know. I do think it's low. And again, I mean, it's hard to put a value on something that I wasn't part of, and I don't honestly don't know what their contributions were. But like, do you know? Do you know how much of a foundation that they laid? And not trying to have you point out certain individuals, but like as a group.
Now I like let's see through the when you go to Gitbook.
Which
The
Gitbook?
TEC Gitbook. Wait, let me drop it in the agenda. So you can just yeah, there is a link in the agenda.
You already put it in there. Cool. Let me get back in there.
Oh, in the agenda document. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. All right. Let me go back to it.
So yeah, that one.
Here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Cool.
So can you click that?
Yep.
So if you go to can you scroll down? Or you can actually let me go through the agenda, because in the agenda let me see. So first the ABC terms
in the agenda. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's easier to I mean, if you just scroll down, you can see all the links, all the documents that we worked on all throughout. So the can you scroll up? Up.
Yeah, we're at the bottom now.
Yeah. So the manifesto, okay, more.
The board, Zenhub board.
I think the most important one is the terms and conditions for the augmented bonding curve.
Yeah. Let me see.
Wait, can you scroll down again? What's the first doc? Their purpose of this called first doc, hatched out terms, hacking. So all the terms and conditions that we their purpose of this call, there's first doc link.
Right. Yeah, okay. Here.
Can you open that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So starting from the beginning, like the terms and conditions for the hatch, the commons upgrade, the ABC, the augmented bonding curve. So all the terms and conditions that we need in the community. So the legal working group worked on these documents.
I got you. So this is okay.
And then what else?
So this is kind of like the foundation. Yeah, it's like the macro view of. All right, and back here, and you wanted to go back.
The covenant also, they review the covenant, though it's Livia, it's a soft gov who created the covenant, but legal also reviewed it. And if you go to page, I think this is on July 9th, so you can see a lot of these are all the terms that they worked on.
All right. Oh wow. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
yeah. So they did this. They did the first doc, the manifesto. Do you want me to open any of these?
No. I mean, if you're curious what they are, you can open them.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah.
I mean, as far as this call, no. Right. There's a covenant. Okay. Well, where's it?
So I left a comment there for Santi, the former steward, because I think he knows more what's appropriate. But if you have a suggestion, you can also drop a comment there. If you can suggest an amount that you think
because it seems like, because I'm sorry, based on the proposal, like, because this is a contingency fund, so this is reserves. So it seems like that, like this is to cover like a reserve fund and the retroactive pay. Is there another one that, like, or has there already been a proposal for the legal working group to be funded itself?
That's why we are still trying to work on this in this working group in this call. That's what that's one thing that I want to discuss in this call with hopefully with Griff and the other so yeah.
Okay.
So for the retroactive bonus, if you have a suggested amount, you can I think you can make a comment there. And then
Yeah, I would say, I mean, me personally, I would probably put 5,000 in there.
Okay.
Because I mean, if you look back at the,
I wonder how, I think the
look back in here, and that's what 6. I don't know when they stopped, but even just going to July, I mean, that's 6 months. 6 months of working on documents.
But I'd also like to, I actually got this idea from the comms working group funding proposal, like getting the retroactive bonus. So I'm curious how much they requested for their retroactive bonus. Let me just go
I can check. Oh, I was just there. It was, let me see.
2,000. Oh, that's for translations.
Let me see here. Any proposals? You want comms?
You wanna share your? Can you share your screen also?
Is it not showing this screen?
No, I'm.
Oh yeah, I was like, here, is this it? Yeah, okay. Let me see. Change window. Yeah, here. All right.
And that one. The funding proposal. Comms Team DAO funding proposal. There. Scroll up. Comms Team DAO under transparency.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why it just didn't.
Yeah, and then if you can check their proposal at the top, you will see they are requesting.
They already scrolled me at the bottom. Okay.
They're requesting retroactive bonuses.
2,000
for each group because they have different teams under them.
Yeah. So, here. No, that doesn't make any sense either. Here it is.
2,000, and then for the animations team it's 3,000, and then for the HubSpot team 3,000 also. Maybe 3,000 makes sense, or isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, you can always put that in there. I mean, of course, I'm pretty sure we're not the only ones that are going to have eyes on it, and other people can make their suggestions and go and make their suggestions. And I guess the group will come to a consensus on what they feel is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's let me go back and change the screen again.
Sorry, show.
No, we're good. Yeah. So I mean, would you put it in here?
Yeah, like, you can make a comment. Yeah, or like or you can click. Yeah.
Maybe 3,000, or I don't know, 3,500. I feel like they did a lot, but they're not getting compensated.
Yes.
Though
they got compensated with tech tokens because they got praise, and then the praise got quantified and converted to TEC token. So that's the compensation, I think. That's the reward that they got for the work. But I have no idea how many TEC tokens they got. But of course, but of course, they didn't get any monetary compensation.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, and then the other thing is the pending document. So that's actually there are two more things that I'm thinking if we should add in this funding proposal. So one, there is the leadership funding, but I thought it's covered under the Steward's working group funding proposal, because I think this leadership is mostly for hosting the weekly calls and coordinating things around the coordinating tasks around the working group. So that's one thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we should keep it in our own funding proposal, or should it be covered under, because the Stewards working group has its own funding proposal. I think it can be covered by that. So that's one of my questions. And then the other one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, you're good.
And then the other one, if you go back to the agenda, there are still some pending documents that we have to work on, and some discussions around the legal working group, though there are no specific tasks.
Right.
So I don't know how to label them, or how much we should request to compensate those issues. Like, yeah, if you click that, it will lead you to Zenhub, and there are still
yeah.
And there is still
let me log in. Oh, cool. Well, kept my credentials.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And there is still some tasks here that need to get done. They're currently assigned to me because I don't know who else to assign them to. But that's my question. Like, how do we want to compensate? Because for me, if I don't get compensated here, if others would like to take on some of these tasks, how do we want to compensate them? So this is mainly drafting some of the documents, or keep the discussion going, you know?
Right. See, I get that's the difficult thing. I mean, if there were hours put on this or something, like how many hours does this? I don't know if it's been discussed or not, but like how many hours does it take to, like for this, the treasury concerns or whatever, because that's the backlog. Like how like, is there research involved in it? But like, for instance, this one here, this is like the biggest one, the legal implications. Like, so, I mean, that's going to require either an attorney or doing some research and finding out this information. And I don't know if there are hours. Doesn't look like there are any hours in here.
Yeah. And
I guess that's what this is, right?
I don't use this option, this function, but yeah, I also want to sync with Santi, because he's the one who opened this issue. So I don't know if this has been created in the past, and it's just that the issue isn't updated yet. So I still have to go through these issues, which ones are still gonna be left open and which ones can be closed already. Maybe they have done it, and but they just didn't close the issue. But the thing is, there are no specific tasks to be done in the legal working group. So only when only when we think of probably a potential legal issue, then we want to create a document for it. So yeah, I don't know how to add it to the funding proposal. Like, do we call it operations? And then how?
Yeah, it would have to be. Yeah, it'd have to be something open.
Yes. So yes, that's the thing. It has to. That's why it's hard to put to add it in the proposal, because when we propose something, we should be as clear as possible, right, and more specific.
Right.
But with legal, there are no like recurring tasks, or there are no, we have it, like the task will arise when we see the need for it. So yeah, I don't know
Well,
how to keep it
yeah. So
moving.
I mean, my question on this is like you can. I mean, my understanding is like you do a proposal, you request the funds. The funds aren't used. The funds go back to the treasury.
Mm-hmm.
But how honest are people when it comes to, like, if you create a proposal and say you're 10,000 over budget by the end of the quarter, um, like how honest are people throughout that period? Oh, look, we got an extra 10,000. You know, I'm not saying all people are dishonest. I'm not saying,
Uh-huh. So,
but it, like if there is a way to um, like a checks and balances to where like there, and I know that's kind of what we're doing in transparency as far as keeping track of transactions and stuff, um but I don't think you would struggle, as I guess what I'm saying is I don't think you would struggle enough if it was okay just to put a random number there, and if it didn't work, like if it was too much, and then the funds go back to the treasury. If they're used, then that gives you an idea of what to use, or how to adjust on the next proposal or the next quarter or however long your proposal time frame is. Um,
so can we
so
label it as other documentation needed?
um,
I
in
mean,
here, yeah. But you can probably other documentation and research. Because because like I don't know. Like I don't know how much has already been done, and I don't know what might come up, and like how deep does the legal team want to be? Is it just pertaining to TEC the group, or does it also cover community members?
this one,
And
the legal external support, I think this for the community, to provide a legal aid to the community. I don't think we will have a fund for protection of individuals, because the thing is, the trusted seed.
yeah,
If you're a trusted seed member, that's where you get this legal support. So
right,
as an
right.
individual, but as a community, as a TEC, we this is what we're requesting for the 10,000 rep XI. Like if the TEC community needs some legal external support, at least we have that funding. If we need some consultations with lawyers. So,
Yeah, I was speaking. Well, I guess when I said community members, I meant stuff like information that might be like as far as documentation that might be like this year. The EU is looking into this type of, I don't know, whatever legal matters pertaining to cryptocurrency, the holding of cryptocurrency, or something like that. Something that's still community, but I mean it's broad enough to cover the community. But like that takes time and that takes research, and so that's why I was asking if the legal working group, if that falls under their purview as far as doing
yeah.
something of that nature. Like I mean, honestly, it would be nice. It'd be nice if like there was like a legal department that said, "Hey, this year you need to watch out for this if you live in this country or that country or this region."
Yeah,
So
I agree that we like I said, like if you go to the Zenhub, we still have some pending research and documentation,
right, right.
and I don't know what else may come up also in the future, but just focusing on what we have now, on what the open issues are, like how do we put a number to it? Like I don't know I don't know how many hours it will take to finish those documentation and research, and like what will be the what's gonna be our rate for those. So
there's no time frame in here either.
no time
There's
frame.
no. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
because
how long is
because
this proposal?
these documents that are still pending in Zenhub, these are like not must-haves but nice to have. So it's like they're not uh very critical, but
Right.
so yeah. So I don't know how much we can request for those.
Yeah, I was gonna say if there's a time frame, because here you got 5 people. I don't know how much TEC they receive for the praise. Plus 3,000 die, wrap die, X die, and then contingency. I don't know. I mean, I would maybe. I don't think 10,000 would be too far fetched if you're talking If you're talking 3-month window.
Let me see how much we put into the because I think in transparency we also have some budget for documentation and research. Let me just check.
Yeah.
But this is for like it's combined with other tasks.
Right. And where's the? Here.
I don't know what would be the best
Here
way
it
to do
is.
it because yeah, it's combined with other tasks, the operations part.
Yeah, bounties. 570. Yeah, but we're not. I mean, I don't know if we're necessarily doing a lot of like original research. Like we're more collecting. So I don't know if you can make an equal. I don't know if you can make a correlation between the two, between this proposal versus the legal working group proposal.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the information that we're doing, I mean, yeah, we might have to search. Transparency might have to search for it, but that data is already there, so there's not, and you pretty much know who to go to get that information or where to get it. Whereas if you're doing original research and writing legal documentation, yeah, I think there's probably more in it than. And maybe not. But legal does tend to be a little bit more convoluted in their terminology and which doesn't justify a high price because they can read Latin. But
yeah, the thing is those pending documents that are still in Zenhub, they're not like they're not must have, like they're not required to have. So I don't know if we just let them go and because we don't have funding, or do we request funding so we keep working on them?
Well, yeah, because I think these last two. I think these two here.
Wait.
I don't know if you can. Let me see if you can. Yeah, the two. This one. That one, and then this one. I think are. I mean, I think are important because you're talking about IP for this last one. I don't know if this one in particular, because I mean, third party services I don't know. I think that's pretty important too, because if we're providing services if TEC's providing services for other parties, then they're
I
yeah.
think this is about the can you scroll down? I think there is already a work
Scroll
in
down.
progress here. Yeah, there. So there is
All right
this
here.
document already that they worked on.
Yeah,
But
here.
yeah.
Okay.
But then again, this is not like a necessary document for our operations, you know?
Right. Right.
So do we want to keep this do we want to finalize these documents and like have them in the TEC or not? Because if the TEC wants to have these documents, then we will need funding to for contributors to work on these documents, you know?
Right. So how would you go about actually gauging the interest in that itself? Like, I
I think we
guess you can
can
put a post. You can
we
put
can
a
have
post in the forum,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, we can do an advice process like yeah, and then list down all the documents that are still pending, and let's see what the community thinks if we need these documentations or not.
Yeah, that's a good
So I
idea.
think we can okay. So I think we can already propose this funding proposal. I mean this we can already submit this funding proposal, but remove the I can probably remove this one, the last one, and then if
The
because we
other documentation.
yeah, I think we can remove this part because then if we like here the last sentence we add here, like in the event there are additional funding needs, we can create a new proposal. Like let's get what let's get the feedback from the community if they think those documentations are necessary, and then we will create a separate proposal for them. But at least we have this one-time request. Like it's important to have this contingency fund already, like secure
Right.
this and provide the retroactive bonus, and then for the pending documents, we can like what he suggested, we could create a forum post and see what the community thinks if we still need those documents or not, and if the community says yes, and then we request another funding proposal.
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right.
But now, should there be? But still, and I'm not trying to throw a wrench in this because I know you're like, all right, cool, I'm getting something done. But would there still need to be like some working capital for the group, or would you just do another retroactive?
Because right now, there are no other tasks to do except for to get the CV proposal terms and conditions done. That's the only pending document that's necessary, and it's almost finished. So I don't think we'll yeah.
Are those people compensated in this fund, or have they already been compensated?
No, not yet. But for if anybody, if more people contributes to this document, then we can add them in the retroactive bonus to this list.
Okay, gotcha. So add them to the retroactive on this proposal that that we're looking at now.
Like if you will work on it and provide your feedback, we can add you to this retroactive bonus recipients.
I see.
Yeah, because it's the only pending task that we have in the legal working group.
Right.
And then
I got you.
And you know that members who join the working group calls, I think we don't compensate them like in transparency, right? So we just praise them, and then they get rewarded. They get something from the reward system.
I got you. Okay. And this, so maybe in the proposal itself, put to like that. Excuse me. That it covers that this proposal covers all work previously completed up to
this,
the CV, up to the terms and conditions, the T&C.
Yes, up to that document. Maybe I should specify it, the retroactive bonus, what they worked on. Yeah, I'll add it here.
Maybe do a breakout. Maybe do a breakout underneath underneath fund management, I guess, is where you would probably put it. Like have a section that's like I don't know. Let's see. Attractive bonus, and then I'm just putting people here. Santee. I don't know. 6 hours. I'm just making numbers up, but yeah, something like that, and then just keep going. And then put under here, put like retroactive bonus. I don't know, areas. If I could spell. Areas and documentation include, and then I don't know. Put was that the first doc? Was that what it was?
I'll go through the
first
agenda.
Doc, and or you can put them under a list also, and then you can put the hyperlink next to it.
Yeah, sounds good.
And then at least that way it's pretty, it's obvious what it went to, and then people, So I guess your biggest problem would be like with Santee and all these people for the retroactive, as far as like what did they do? Like there's no possible way to keep track of what they did. You might not even want to put hours, just put distribution.
I don't think we will have the hours, but maybe like the percentage. That's what I would suggest, like the distribution.
Right.
Okay.
Awesome.
And then thanks. This great feedback. And then for the fund management, do you think creating a multi-sig wallet is great in the funding proposal document? Where do we want to keep the funds? Like, I propose to do we create a multi-sig wallet? You can see the
I would definitely have a multi-sig wallet for that.
Okay.
I'd have a multi-sig wallet in any working group if there are funds involved, community funds involved.
Yep. Okay. So and then
fund management. Let me put wallet down. Yeah, multi-sig, and then you can put the address, I guess, whatever. I mean, I'm not trying to tell you how to do it. I'm just putting my ideas.
Okay. Yeah. Wow, this is very productive call. Thanks for joining, Rachel. Okay, and then we have only 8 minutes left, so can we go to the agenda?
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, this one.
This part, right?
I've read somewhere that the legal presence in the TC is weak, and I can see some people dropping comments or messages in our channels, and I can't even give them an answer because I'm a steward, but I'm not a legal expert myself, and I don't know how can we engage more legal experts in our community? Like, how do we bring them here?
I'm I'll say a member, but I'll just say I am on the LexDAO server. I can, put out, not necessarily put out feelers, but, put a post and find out like how maybe we don't need legal experts, and maybe we form a partnership with LexDAO somehow. And that's above my pay grade, but that's what I've always thought would be, in my mind. I always thought, like, why aren't DAOs like have a partnership or like some sort of retainer with LexDAO, and then that would kind of go back to that third party T&C that was also part of the Zenhub, but I think LexDAO would probably be a good start, at least.
I think I raised this question in our last call, like how do we, because we have some legal documents and they need to get reviewed. Some of them might need to get reviewed by lawyers, like, but I mean, we don't have any upcoming legal documents yet, but probably we don't need that yet. We don't need legal experts yet, but the thing is, how do we, like, in case something comes up and there are legal questions around our operations, who do we ask? Like, so,
Yeah.
but the thing is, I think I raised this question last working group call, that do we want to put some bounties for these lawyers so they will but that lawyers, their rates, I mean, we can't pay them, right? And they wouldn't sell for 19 DAI per hour.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know how we can engage them without really, because we can't afford them at the moment. Like, for just simple tasks, reviewing the documents, I don't think it's worth to, I don't know if we would have enough funding for just reviewing documents, or if it's a good use of our budget. But what Griff said before is, like, it would be nice to have, like, lawyers who are really who would genuinely, like, care for the community, like they're really interested in the TEC, and then they want to contribute because they want to help the TEC, not because of the compensation.
To make money.
Yeah.
To make compensation. Yeah. Yeah, I can, like I said, LexDAO is the only legal DAO that I know, and it's mostly all attorneys or lawyers. And honestly, that's the only source I know of that, off the top of my head, that has, I think I follow a couple of attorneys on Twitter. I'd have to go through and check.
Yeah.
But maybe approaching LexDAO, like in one of their channels, and just asking that question, like, hey, is there anybody in here that's part of the TEC, or is there anybody that would be interested in learning about the TEC and maybe becoming part of the legal team on TEC, and then, like,
but
just
what's
express
in it for them?
Express it. It'll be volunteer. It'll be like volunteer time. But I mean, they're just asking questions though, so they're not necessarily writing the documentations. Like, we could all be paralegals, kind of, and they just, like, review the documents and sign off on it.
Yeah.
Or something like that. That.
Yeah, I think it
but
would be.
Does TEA have anybody? Are there any of our other associated DAOs that have attorneys?
None that I know of. But yeah, but
like
I think
Common Stack doesn't have any either.
We have I know a lawyer, but I don't know if he's directly involved in the TEC, or he's interested in the TEC. But yeah, I mean, it would be nice to have, to bring some legal experts to the TEC, just because they're really interested about the TEC,
right? Yeah,
and not because they're looking to earn something from the TEC.
Yeah.
So that's the goal,
right?
To bring them in our community, because they want to know more about the TEC, not because of some bounties or things like that. So that's the chance. So the one solution that we thought of last time, like maybe host a crypto talk and partner with LexDAO, but I don't know how we're gonna pull that off. Or so maybe it's for the next call, because we're on top of the hour.
Right.
So we can park it for now. And so thanks Rachel and NT for joining this call. It's been very productive. See you again.
Thanks for
Yeah,
Thanks for
thank you,
being the
guys.
only person from the legal team, from the legal working group.
All right.